Mike Radich here, and I'm now joined on the phone by former M1 heavyweight champion Kenny Garner. Kenny, how are you?
How you doing?
I'm doing good. Kenny, you got a fight coming up September 6th at House of Fame MMA 1. How's training been going for the fight?
Oh man, training's wonderful. I'm training 3 times a day, just getting it in with at American Top Team, Coconut Creek, and the American Top Team in Port St. Lucie on Treasure Coast with Dean Thomas, and then I'm training at the American Top Team in Port St. Lucie, Legacy with Mario Minardi, and just getting it in.
You brought up Dean Thomas, and he has a scouting service now. He works with a lot of fighters. He scouts all their opponents. Since he's one of your coaches, do you even watch film, or do you just leave that up to Dean?
It's a little of both. I watch if they tell me you need to check him out and see, or they just tell me go ahead and just do your thing, Deuce.
I see.
I'm really not a big fan of watching somebody video, because you're going to start looking at their fight and you start worrying about what they're going to do. Oh, if they do this, do that, do this, and do that. And then the people who train, if they're a real good fighter, whatever you've seen on video, they're going to be a totally different fighter who you fighting. You know what I mean?
Right. Now,
it's something to look at, like just to know if they're a kicker or a wrestler or stuff like that, to see if they how much power they have and gas and cardio, stuff like that. Yeah, that's good to look for, but to try to see how you can beat your opponent, I don't really think that's a good way. You just go in there and do your thing, and you overwhelm whoever you're fighting with your stuff, so you don't have to worry about them trying to do their stuff, because they're trying to protect themselves from getting hit by what you got coming.
Now, has this always been your philosophy on watching film, or is this a recent?
No, always.
Always. And I'm just curious, now you touched on it a little bit, you said that you watch some film, you don't dive too deep into it, but you do take a look at the film. So I'm just curious, when you're watching film, do you focus more on the fighter that you're going to fight next? Do you focus on their wins, or do you focus on their losses? Like, what I'm getting at is basically, do you focus on what they do right, or do you focus on what they do wrong?
I focus on, I look at both. Where I can see where they mess up at, and then see where they lose at, and see the same thing, to see if they do the same thing when they win. Is they holding their hands low? Is they not moving their head when they punch? You know what I mean? Those are things, and if they beat somebody by doing that, okay, so then most likely the person don't know how to fight, or you know what I mean?
Right.
So you just gotta check. You gotta just know what to look at, of knowing how you gotta know yourself, and then just think of yourself fighting that person. Even if they win, see how did they win? You know what I mean? Was their hands up? Was they was their head out of offline when they was throwing their punches? You know what I mean? Or they kicks, or whatever they was doing. And then when they lost, did they have their hands in the same position? Was their hands low? Was their hands up? Or was they protecting themselves? That's the stuff I look for when I do decide to look at a tape, or look at it with the coaches or something.
Now, Dean Thomas, he has this whole packet that he gives the guys that he works with when scouting a fighter. Do you get that kind of same whole bio on who you're fighting, or is it a little bit different since you're with him every day?
It's a little different, but Dean's is like, I started with Dean, so Dean is like my big brother to the MMA world. You know what I mean?
I see. Now
I started in Port St. Lucie with Dean Thomas.
Right. Now, I looked at your record, and right now you're on a 4-fight losing streak, and I was very shocked by that because, you're a great fighter. There's no doubt about it. You're very talented. You have a great team, great coaches. So it's very shocking. I'm very curious about this. What's caused these losses? I'm very curious about this. What's gone wrong for you over the course of these last 4 fights?
I'm really not big on excuses. Like the guys who beat me, they were just a better man than me that day. But however, it was always, it was like it was something. But I'm really not big on excuses. They did what they're supposed to do. The judges gave it to them, and some of them, you know what I mean?
Right.
But
I hear you.
I'm not really big on excuses, and the losses I got, it just shot a blaze up under me. Like you seen some of my fights, right?
Absolutely. How would I know to interview you?
So you seen when I lost against Philly?
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, when he beat me and choked me, and you seen I went on like a 7-fight winning streak. You know what I mean? I had 3 title fights in 49 days.
How could I forget knockouts over Pat Bennett and Maxim Grishin? Beautiful. Beautiful stuff.
And John Doodoo Brown, Marikoff.
Right.
Then Feely, whatever his name is, I fought him again, and I beat him so bad, he just got up and quit. He just got up and left both rounds. Like, I ain't signed up for this and left. Just left the ring.
Right.
So, like my losses, I don't stress over them because everybody lose. You know what I mean? But the thing what makes a good champion and a great champion is what you're going to do after that loss. You know what I mean? Is you going to keep pushing, or you going to retire and keep on licking your wounds? Or you going to just put some mud over those wounds and go and get back out there. So everybody will see what happened at September 6th at the House of Fame. And I haven't fought in the United States in 2 years.
Right.
So I'm excited, and I get to be in the cage, so nobody can't run from me. They can't stick their head up under the ropes. They have to start back over and pull me back into the ring. So it's all, I see all pluses. So whoever I fight, they're going to be in some trouble.
Now, I'm just curious. You mentioned that you haven't fought in the U.S. in 2 years. The last time you fought was back in May of 2012 when you fought against John Brown and won by submission via armbar. So I'm just curious. You've been a staple of N1 and you've been their champion in the past. I'm curious. Are you fluent in Russian yet? Because you've been fighting there an awful lot.
Placebo. I do what I can.
I'm just curious, because you've been fighting in Russia and that part of the world for many, many years. How brutal is the travel? Are you okay with it?
Yeah, it is brutal, but you still gotta do your job. Like, nobody ain't gonna say you the champ because you had to take a long trip. That's all what it takes. Those are things you gotta endure mentally and physically to become the champ. You know what I mean? If traveling is the problem, that means you don't really want to be a champ. You gotta want it as bad as you want to breathe. You know what I mean? So anything you do is worth having, so you might as well go ahead and work hard for it. And I always said that if you're going to do something, no matter what you do in this world, be the one talk the most trash, be the best at the one talk the most trash. If you're gonna be a gynecologist, be the best gynecologist. You know what I mean? No matter what you do, like right now, you do interviews. You should be trying to be the best doing interviews. You know what I mean?
I am the best. What are you talking about?
That's what I'm talking about.
I am the best.
And that's exactly what I am. Right. And I got a couple of blemishes with little step back, fall backs, but it's okay. I'm back up. I dust myself off, and everybody's going to see the Deuce what they used to seeing. But nobody never seen me fight when I'm upset. So it's just something to see, boy. It's something to see.
This fight on September 6th is going to be the first time you're fighting in your home state of Florida since 2010 when you fought against Chris Barnett under the XFC banner. So I'm just curious, is it going to feel weird not having to travel for a fight? Because you've been fighting overseas, you've been making these long trips and having to adjust your training for the travel schedule and having to adapt to the time. Now that you're back home fighting, is it going to feel a little bit weird? Because you haven't done it in such a long time. Is it going to feel weird?
No, it feels even better because I got more time. I got more time to just constantly train. I don't have to worry about luggage.
Right.
I mean, I don't have to worry about food, because I don't know what is they feeding me.
Right.
So it's all good. I'm very excited, and I'm excited by HOF by even inviting me to this project that they starting up, and I'm most likely. What's the date?
Today's date is August 19th.
2014. I'm letting everybody know that I will be the champion at the House of Fame. I will be the first heavyweight champion at the House of Fame. So y'all can sit here, right here, I'm with the greatest interviewer in the world right now, and I just let it be known.
Kenny, always remember, when you're the greatest MMA reporter in the world today, they got a name for you. They don't call you a great reporter. They call you Mike Radich. Always remember that, Kenny. The top 5 MMA reporters all time. Number 1, me of tomorrow. Number 2, me of today. Number 3, me of yesterday. Number 4, me of last week. And number 5, me of last month.
Nice.
Remember that.
Nice.
Anyways, back to you. Enough about me. Everyone knows how great I am. Let's talk about you. People need to know how great you are. Okay, so you're fighting DJ Linderman, and in his last fight, he fought against a good pal of yours, Walt Harris, a teammate. Walt knocked him out in the first round. Very good performance by Walt. So I'm just curious, how involved has he been in this training camp, and what advice has he given you preparing for Linderman?
Walt told me that he got good cardio. Like, that's the only thing he know about the guy. Like, when he was doing his studies on Linderman, that he got great cardio. His combinations ain't that great. Mm-hmm. His wrestling ain't that great. He just keep on coming. Mm-hmm. And he tough. I'm like, okay, I like that. Right. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who they put me in the ring with. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm back in the United States, and I'm fighting in the cage, and I get to bang somebody. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't matter who I fight.
House of Fame MMA. This is going to be their first event. How much do you know about this promotion?
I just found out about them when they brought me on board, and they showed nothing but love and respect. And they got a great idea was coming up. I don't know if they want everybody to know about it yet, so I'm not going to say nothing about what they trying to do or what they going to do. Right. But it's something really serious, and it's good. I never expected that the MMA world would even have something like this, but it's very huge. And I heard that UFC was even looking at them like, for the situation of what they trying to do is, they think it's crazy, or they're gonna be very, very successful, because they hitting the MMA world with a totally different angle, and I'm gonna be right there with them.
Mm-hmm. Now, DJ Linderman, he's a very unique case, because he's a guy who's really a blown-up 205er. He can make 205, but for whatever reason he feels he fights better at heavyweight, and I gotta kind of agree with him. Every time he fights at heavyweight, he does better than he fights at 205. Now, he hasn't had the same success as of late. He's fallen on some hard times, but for whatever reason, he does better at heavyweight. So I'm curious, what do you think his camp is telling him to do against you in this fight?
Don't get hit.
Don't get hit. A lot of head movement. Stay off the center line. Okay. I hear you.
Don't get hit. And he better work on his footwork. That means he got to run.
Right.
And just don't get hit.
Right. Just curious, are you still under contract with M1?
Yes. I'm still with M1.
Okay.
I got one more fight with M1, and then I'm doing a reality show with Fedor Emelianenko.
Really?
Yeah, the mixed fighter.
Okay.
It's on my Facebook right now. The first episode is already shot. I'll be going back to do the finale back in November.
I'm just curious, you fought on the same card as Fedor in the past. Fedor fought Pedro Hizo the same night you avenged that loss against Guam Gilishvili. What was that whole experience like? Obviously, Fedor is a legend of this sport. He's a massive celebrity in Russia. What was it like sharing the card with him and getting a very big win for yourself?
I'm the new emperor of Russia.
Right. Right.
When his the guy named Monakov, Monakov knocked out Fedor's brother in like 23 seconds. Then I went and knocked him out in I think the third round, and Fedor came straight to the ring and shook my hand and gave me thumbs up to let me know that he appreciates me knocking his head off for knocking his brother head off. So that means Fedor respect me as a fighter, and I respect him as a fighter.
Now, I'm just curious, Kenny, and I don't know if you're aware of this or not, but World Series of Fighting, they're a promotion in the United States. They're an up-and-coming one. You know, a lot of people view them as one of the top in the U.S., but, you know, they're still growing, and you know, I don't know if they have all the kinks worked out in their website or not, but they have a profile for you. They say that you're part of their heavyweight roster. Have you ever talked to World Series of Fighting? Have you ever been in contact with that promotion?
I got offered a deal to fight with them, but I don't think we came to agree to terms. So I guess they was thinking that we was, so that's why they put me up on their roster. But I don't really care. I have no animosity towards no organization because they trying just like I'm trying.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So if they got me on their roster, so that means they promoting me to people who I don't even know or see. So I have fans without even doing nothing.
Right.
So thank you, World Series.
Right, I hear you. Now, I'm just curious, because you're a very talented fighter. At one point in time, a lot of people were campaigning for you to get a fight against Daniel Cormier in Strikeforce, because at that time, you know, you were on this great win streak, you were the M1 champion, and Daniel Cormier was the Strikeforce Heavyweight Grand Prix champion, and they were looking to get him another fight because they were dissolving the heavyweight division in Strikeforce, but he had one fight left on his deal, so they were looking for a fight. But for whatever reason, the fight wasn't able to be put together. So I'm just curious, what's been the holdup? Why haven't you been able to latch on with a U.S. promotion?
I think because I think when I came in, Russia, M1 seen that I had what it takes. So they launched. They put their forks in me.
Right.
And hooked me for so much time, so nobody else can't touch me. So they had me exclusive.
I see.
With them.
Okay, I see.
So that's why I didn't get to go nowhere else or play with the other boys, the American boys.
Right. Was that Cormier fight ever possible? Did they ever reach out to you? Because obviously Fedor, he fought for Strikeforce, but, he had a deal with M1 because, he's very good buddies with them and they're his management and all that jazz. So was that Cormier fight ever possible?
I was never brought to my attention about Cormier.
Okay.
Like, honestly, I didn't know nothing about him until maybe 2 years ago.
I see. Okay.
So it wasn't like he was because really I didn't really care about other fighters. I was more on focus on training and being the best that I could be. Like, you know what I mean? Like, whoever I'm fighting, okay, let's get ready, let's do it. You know what I mean?
I see.
Me and my coaches, it was like focus on that, not in the media. Like, oh, this person this, and this person this, and this person that, and everybody be like, oh, he's this and he's that. It doesn't matter who you is, because anybody could get punched in the face. You know what I mean?
Right. I hear you.
So my thing was not really big on people's names and titles. Like, that didn't mean nothing. Like, if you beat somebody, all right. But my coach always told me, Paulie Gloves always told me, styles wins fights. So and my style is very hard to beat. But I guess I got beat 4 times just now. So we'll see what happens this time. The next 4.
Right. Now, is it true that you're 39 years old?
Yep.
Really? You don't look 39 at all. You look 29.
Because I take care of myself.
Have you found the fountain of youth and you're just not telling anybody?
Yeah, but my fountain of youth is my agent, Mariana Labate. She don't let me eat all that nonsense. And she speak Russian, so she helped me get sponsors once I'm in Russia. Because nobody want to sponsor me when I'm in Russia unless they love me. Because it ain't going to get showed on TV. It's only going to get showed on the internet. So nobody really don't want to help a brother out when I go fight in Russia. And you know what I mean?
Right. I hear you.
So I get sidelined back. So I found a Russian agent who could help me get some sponsorships once I get to Russia.
Oh.
She's been doing a wonderful job so far, and I hope she keep up the good work.
Oh, I see. Who doesn't love you? Everybody loves Deuce.
Probably the guys who signed a contract that can beat me.
True. Who knows? They might even love you too. It's just the job.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because I don't even act like I'm a tough guy. I like to laugh and joke and have fun. And when we fight. I beat you up, you beat me up. Let's go get something to drink.
Right.
Some water.
Right. Water. Now you're talking my language. Yeah, I don't drink at all anyways. So, Kenny, I'm just curious, how did you get your nickname Deuce?
The way I got my nickname Deuce, it happened a long, long time ago. I happened to be talking to this girl, right?
Right.
We was just hanging out, everybody hanging out on the Ave. I was in Jersey a long time ago. And I was just talking to the girl because I just knew her. I didn't try to get in her pants or nothing. I just know her. And her boyfriend, I guess he just got out of jail because he was big. He was bigger than me. I was like probably 220. He was probably maybe 260, but he was like big, like muscles up top, but he had skinny legs.
Right.
It was him and 2 of his boys. When they walked up to me, he started cussing out the girl. I stood there. I just started laughing. You know what I mean? Because I don't have nothing to do with it. I'm laughing. So he asked me, like, what you laughing at? I'm like, you. So, I'm still laughing. So then when I said you, my friends was like right there, standing right there. They were like, they started coming over towards us. They was like, what, y'all want to jump us? You want to jump us? I'm like, no, they gonna jump me back up. I told them they all backed up. I said, no, nobody gonna jump you. Nobody worry about you, right? So he started And next thing you know, he said, "Why you keep on effing laughing?" I'm like, "Because you funny." And then when he pushed me. You know how back in the day they push you with the two hands,
right,
in the chest. Mm-hmm. And when he pushed me, I hit him with the lazy uppercut, the upside down hammer fist,
right,
and a straight two.
Right.
Bam. And when I hit him, his head went up, but his body fell forward towards me.
Right.
And if I would have left my arms out, he would have fell right into my arms. I just took a step back. He fell face first on the ground, and I was like, "Is that your boy? You gotta pick him up." And I'm still laughing.
Right.
And they picked this boy up, and the girl started screaming, "Why you do that? Why you do that?" And my friends was like, "Yo, he hit him with a two-piece. He hit him with a two-piece." And one of the Puerto Rican boys, is one of my friends, was like, "Yo, he hit him with a deuce. He hit him with a deuce." And I've been deuce ever since.
I knew this had to be a great story by the way you chuckled at the beginning. I knew we were going to go down this trail where we get some great entertainment. That's a great story.
Yeah, and I've been deuce ever since.
Mm-hmm. Now, I'm just curious, where did the whole thing of you crossing your arms with the two deuces and bending over a little bit, where did that all start? Because that's your trademark.
Yeah, oh man, I don't know what I was doing. I was somewhere, and I think I was in Russia. I was doing so. I think when I won the belt with Guam and what's his name, Putin was there at the fight. Vladimir Putin.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yep.
When I got him to come up and throw up the deuces, I think I did it in in one of the interviews, and it just took off.
I see. Now, Vladimir Putin, he's been someone who's known as a big MMA fan. He actually gave Anthony Ruiz, when he fought Alexander Shlemenko, he gave him some money. Has he ever given you any money? No. Why not?
I guess he just respect me. I'd rather have his respect. I don't need his money.
Okay.
I'd rather have his respect. So that means anytime I want to come to Russia, I don't have no issues.
Mm-hmm. I see.
You know what I mean?
I hear you. Now, how many M1 belts do you have? Because I've seen, the old style one where it's just kind of a leather thing with maybe a little bit of gold in it or whatever, and then I see this big one that you got now in your profile picture on Facebook from M1. So how many belts actually do you have from them?
I have only two, the intro belt and the heavyweight belt. And I got the Atlas belt.
Okay, I see.
Atlas Fights.
Right.
I fought on John Doodle Brown. That was for a belt.
Right. I was just curious about that. Now, is this a title fight against Linderman?
No, because it's their first show.
Okay.
But they most likely probably have another. They having the House of Fame having another fight January 3rd. I think it is going to be Florida versus Georgia.
Okay.
So that could be the hot news soon. So everybody who from Georgia, if you any good, get in touch with Roger Crawl.
Right.
And any fighters in Florida, you better get in touch with Roger Crawl because it's going down.
Kenny, real quick before I let you go, do you have any sponsors you'd like to thank, and is there anything you'd like to say to the fans?
I want to thank all the new sponsors who going to sponsor me for the House of Fame. I want to thank all the sponsors who helped me get this far. And I want to thank all the fans and the haters.
Right.
Because without y'all, I probably wouldn't even be as successful that I am by pushing me, that knowing that I can do it, and the haters are saying that he can't do it. So, and I want to give a special thanks and always being there for me on the mat and off the mat. Mariana Labonte, she was always there for me ever since she came into my corner, and she's been in my corner ever since, and I really appreciate it. If anybody could get a Mariana, boy, you better get you one, because she will be there for you, even when everybody else walk away from you.
Kenny, thank you for taking the time to talk. I really appreciate it. Good luck September 6th, that House of Fame MMA 1 against DJ Linderman.
And I want to invite you to come to the fight because I want to have a face-to-face interview for this fight where you can say yes. He said what he's going to do.
Okay. Kenny, I promise you, if we're ever in the same city, we will do a face-to-face interview.
That's what I'm talking. Where are you located?
I'm located in Michigan.
Oh, nice. I have no problem coming to Michigan and beating somebody up if y'all got somebody good.
Hey, we'll find you somebody. We'll find you somebody.
Oh, yeah, and I want to thank you for even giving me this opportunity to get my voice heard. And anybody who would like to come see me live, because I haven't fought and you just see me on DVD or YouTube, but come to Jacksonville, September 6th at the Veterans Center. I will be putting my hands on somebody's son.
Right.
Thanks, man.
Kenny, thanks for taking the time to talk. I really appreciate it.